So it's Monday, the 12th of August 2024, 6:15 in the evening on a very, 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 very hot day in Bearwood. And I'm coming at you with a Filmette to give you a work in progress on what I've been doing today related to the International Festival of Glass in Stourbridge, Great Britain. Right, let me show you. It's been right dizzy and messy. Look at that. I mean, that for me, that's messy. You know, I was just about to start tidying up, but I thought, no, I'm going to show you. It's been a case of going to the shed, looking for different things, discovering that I had things, bits and bobs. But I'm slowly and surely coming into focus on how the first panels look like. So I think I'm prep happy with these two panels now. So as you know, I'm going to be doing 6 panels over starting at the International Festival of Glass at Riverside House on Saturday the 24th and Sunday the 25th of August. So I'll be working with youngsters between the ages of 10 to 18, maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older. Don't know, might be some adults involved, but mainly children. So basically 6 images, and the 6 images are related to kind of like the legacy of Stourbridge, really, and the theme for our project. So we've got the Stourbridge Lion steam engine for heritage, and then we've got land and food. We've got craft as in, you know, things like blacksmithing and skills like that. We've got well-being, and we've got the now it's the roundhouse, I think it is, at Riverside House. Ecology, we've got a couple of pairs, and then we've got the arts as well with paint brushes. So as these illustrations have been given to me, I've been pretty prescriptive in how my approach is on this. So what I've done is cut up tiles and external grade bits and bobs like glass that we could use. So I suddenly thought to myself, I'm sure I've got a big sheet of glass. Like, look at this. It's kind of reflective, and it's got creases of gold in it. It's quite gorgeous. So I've scored and snapped that from a big sheet of glass, and I'll be using Rewmar Flexy Fix with that. Mainly the children will be working with wood adhesive on top of the Marmox board, but the Flexi Fix will be used quite regularly, especially when you've got glass beads like that. I've used crockery as well, so I've cut up an edge of a plate to make a handle for the fork, and I've cut up long pieces of glass like this. So I'm really pleased that it's not been bits and pieces of things rather than, strong shapes, and I've also put glass underneath the crockery as well, so it's given it the same kind of height for the bits and bobs for the tiles to go even, if you get what I'm saying. So and it's because I'm really tired. I'm probably not making sense. I hope I am. Tell me if I am. And just moving on here, so we've got ecology. So we've got, I've found some of my stripy tiles. So these work really well outside as well. So I'm cutting them up with my Montolit wheel nippers I'm not smashing them, as it were. I am actually cutting them so that they're kind of medium size pieces, kind of like an inch and a bit, a couple of centimetres, 3 centimetres. And I'm going to have a combination of a light green and a dark green to give it a little bit of shading. I've already done a leaf. So I've scored and snapped that into shape using my cheating methods of using a plastic, and I'm not going to tell you too much about that because that could be for another time. I'm sure I've done a film on it. Anyway, so I've used crocks, my favourite crock, my Kilncraft crockery, to make the pear stalk, and I found a beautiful load of fire surround tiles like that, you see, and I thought, yeah, well, that kind of looks like pips in the centre of a pear. That's what my imagination does. And I've got a nice flat cream colour there, but I've also got a textured cream there as well. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? There you go. Nice texture to it. So that will make a nice contrast when it's outside, actually. Yeah, glass beads. I'm going to intersperse some glass beads so that's a little pop of fun. So that's that, and I've put a frame round it and I glued it in with my Rewmar Flexy Fix. Now, fixings. So I'm going to put a link below, but I bought some fixings thanks to my friend Sophie Robbins, who uses these fixings for her backerboards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push them into place, but then take them out, glue them in with Rewmar Flexy Fix, flatten it in, and then drill a hole so that obviously when we get to screwing them onto the walls, it'll be fine and it won't rip, or the weight of the board won't push it around too much. Actually, it'll probably be quite light actually, but for places marked out already so that I won't forget, I can rearrange things anyway. Yeah, so that's basically what the plan is so far in a nutshell. I'm going to continue tomorrow breaking up enough tiles for the background so that it's just this tile. I've got plenty of this in the shed, the shed of requirement. Yeah, so that's 2 down, 4 to go. I've started doing a little bit of prep for the paintbrushy one for the arts, and I've used some crockery to imagine that these are brushes. And I found this gorgeous tile, which I think my next door neighbour gave me, which I'm going to pop in there. Can you see the chevron? It's very clever. So even though the drawing design is like that, I think I'm just going to twizz it around. It's quite clever. So this is the kind of thing that really makes my imagination go. I think I might have a green background. I've got a stripy tile like the lilac one, and that will go really nicely. I don't think it's going to clash too much, and if it does, I'll use a different colour. So there are different colours available that I've got. I think I might have a blue stripy actually. Anyway, I'm sure the shed of requirement will give me what I require and need. Law of assumption that it's all in there. Okay then, Caroline Jerry Wallet, Mango Mosaics, over and out. See you soon.